Some tasks I'm like, oh, I know how to do this. Some tasks I'm like, y'all trust me to do this? Are y'all sure? Hey y'all, welcome back to another Tessie Talks. This video is about being a fourth year associate, y'all. Woo! Yeah, this video is about being a fourth year and all the feelings and responsibilities that being a fourth year brings. But before I get into the video, I like to start with what book I'm reading. And in this video, it's actually going to be what book I just read. I just finished this book like a week or two ago. Embarrassingly, I had never read Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Are Watching God from cover to cover. I've definitely read snippets. I mean, I knew in like some phrases, I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. But I had never read it cover to cover. Me and Samantha actually both read it, and then we're going to talk about it in Antarctica because, yes, we are heading to Antarctica this evening. Also, it is my birthday. Woo! And what better way to celebrate my birthday than to reflect on the past year? And one of the ways I want to reflect is professionally, which brings me back to the video. Not even so much reflect, but more so like what's to come. Like fourth year associate is to come because I am technically a fourth year associate now, which is just actually not even technically. So let me just start. Y'all know I love to start with like a definition. So most firms, my firm is a little bit different. By most firms' standards, I am a fourth year associate. What that means is that I've completed 3 years of practice and I am in my fourth year of practice. Some firms do it where like as soon as your work anniversary hits, so I think the first day I started working was like, okay, I have to call her back. But I started working October 2019. So for some places, like my first firm, as soon as like my work anniversary is done, then now you're the next year. So I would have been a fourth year back in October. For some firms, it's once the new first year start, everyone kind of bumps up. So our new first year started November 1st. So by November 1st, I would have been a fourth year. My firm does everything by calendar year. So I'm not technically a fourth year until January 1st. Kind of weird, but either way it goes, like I'm basically a fourth year at this point. January's around the corner. I've been practicing we want to be technical, I've been practicing longer than 3 years because remember I did the pro bono scholars program where like I took the bar early and started working early. So I've really been practicing for like going on 4 years at this point, like literally like going on 4 years like in March, but whatever, big law standards, I have been practicing for a little over 3 years. So being a fourth year associate is a big deal, and I'm going to explain why. So when you're a third year associate, some places you're mid-level, some places you're junior. So I'll just do a lot of comparisons. My first firm, by third year, you're definitely a mid-level, like no questions asked. No one was like calling you a junior associate anymore. And my current firm, first, second, and third years are still considered junior. So I was still kind of like a junior associate basically. But fourth year associate, there's no question. Everywhere, no matter where you work, within big law, you know, the context of big law, no matter where you work, you are a mid-level. So what's a mid-level? You know, next definition. So one, someone who has increased managerial responsibilities because you now have a whole category of junior associates that you are now like responsible for. Well, should be training, you know, that differs from place to place as well, but you're responsible for training them, managing them on your teams, giving them work, delegating work, teaching them how to do the work, whatever the case may be. You now really are a manager. So that's one difference. So you have that increased responsibility. Another difference is that there are a number of things that you're not expected to do that will not receive oversight. So when you're junior, like almost everything that you do needs to go through someone before you pass it to the client. Unless someone says to you, I do not need to look at this again, go ahead and pass this along. Unless you get those explicit instructions, as a junior associate, everything you're doing is being reviewed. Once you're a mid-level, like a lot of your things are still being reviewed, but like some things aren't. Kind of depends on the importance. Like for some things, you're just expected to be a master of it and you send it to the client, you and the client communicate directly. So that's a difference. Another difference is that this is something that just kind of increases over your time, but like when I start to call you directly, which kind of already started happening to me, but like I'm assuming that it'll just continue to increase as like I become even more of the contact person. Another difference is that I just had on the tip of my tongue while I was saying the last one and I already forgot. What was I gonna say? Yeah, okay, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, those are like the main differences. I think the things that make me the most nervous are that some of my stuff is just not going to be reviewed at all. So I really, really, really got to make sure like it's on point. And also just that like I really am. Oh, I remember my other point now, specifically in the emerging companies practice group, which is like most of what I do, the venture capital emerging companies. That stuff is super, super associate heavy, because those clients just like don't have as much money as the big companies, so they can't really afford to have a partner on everything. So the first thing I noticed about when I got to my new firm was that mid-levels and senior associates are really running these like venture capital financings, and they're like running these deals in a way that I hadn't seen before. And so that makes me nervous, not gonna lie, because I've been doing this work a little less longer, not as long, whatever the correct phrasing is, not quite as long as like some people in my class here, because I lateraled. So I am nervous to like, have the responsibility of truly leading a client team, and being expected to know the answer or be able to find the answer. So yeah, I'm nervous about that. Part of me also feels just ready. Like, I think that one of the good things about still considering a junior associate is that I've just used this whole past year to like try and get ready for this moment of knowing that soon I'll be expected to like just do things on my own. So I have a little like checklist for myself of like, when someone asks for, I'm gonna get technical real quick, but like someone asks for a third-party transfer, what are the first things that should come to my mind are this, and that. Like, I have a little checklist because I'm like, I know that I'm not gonna have the crutch as much pretty soon as I do now. And then also it makes me feel good when like right now, like I'm still on teams where like a lot of my stuff is being reviewed. Actually, it depends. Some teams it is, some teams it's not. It depends on who I'm working with. But with one particular person, like he's like very hands-on, so he still reviews a lot of my stuff. I'll see something come in from a client and like I'll have my own opinion and judgment, tell him like, hey, I think that doesn't make sense because blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm starting to like truly, I guess like I've seen enough now to where I'm starting to like form my own opinions and like my way of doing things. And there are certain topics where I feel pretty comfortable actually being the lead person on it, just because I've done it so much. And then, so yeah, I'll send it to him and he'll be like, yeah, I agree. Like, I just got off the phone with him. I said the same thing. So those moments for me are like very validating. Like, okay, like I can do this. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. And in those moments, those are the things that give me like the fourth associate scaries, like, because I haven't done everything before. So there's still some things that I'm asked to do that seem routine on the client side. And I'm just like, I'm sure this is routine, just none of my clients so far have ever asked me to do this. So I still don't know how to do this. And like, but even in those situations, I think as like a fifth year, you're still expected to take the lead on it. So that's what makes me nervous, is like taking the lead on things I've never done before. If it's something I've done a million times, like sell side M&A, I've done that so many times at this point. I feel like I know what I'm doing. Investor side financings, I know what I'm doing. I've done so many of them. But then there are still like some client side stuff that I'm like, ooh, I've never done that. I'm nervous. Y'all want me to know the answer. So that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling nervous. It's weird. I'm feeling both nervous and confident at the same time. I don't know if that's possible, but yeah, I guess it just kind of literally depends on the task. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I'm trying to think of anything else that's significant about becoming a fourth year. It just sounds old. It's like, whoa, a fourth year associate, like, whoa. Like, I remember when I was a first year meeting fourth years, I'd be like, wow, you're a fourth year associate. It just seemed so like senior at the time. And now that's me. I think out of everything, the biggest compliment someone probably could ever give me would be like, I'm a good manager. Like, I would just hate to be that fourth year that's making someone's life hell, because actually that happened to me too. My first year my old firm, I had a fourth year I was working with that was just like the worst manager in the world. If you're putting in all these hours like closing an M&A deal or whatever, and you have a horrible manager that's just like making every question you ask difficult and like is so out of touch, it really has a huge difference. I never want to be the reason someone's like, I hate this job. Basically, I want to be the reason someone's like, even if they're still like, I hate this job, at least they're like, but Angel was like a light in that, or Angel was like a positive figure in the midst of it or whatever. So I really, really want to work on my managing skills and make sure that I am a manager that cares about people, you know? Hope everyone is having a great day. I just picked up something from Walmart. I'm like, it's so crazy. I'm like working on my birthday, but picked up something from Walmart because I need to like do something for the house. Like, you know, our house is like a business now. Do something for the house, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. and then I'm going to continue working because I didn't take today off. But then tonight is my flight, and I'm so excited for Antarctica, and I really hope y'all enjoy the videos that are to come. I'm excited to shoot them. I'm excited to see Antarctica. Can't believe that I'm going to Antarctica. It just like is mind-blowing to me. So that's it for me, y'all. Let me know what topic you want me to do for my next Tessie Talks. Open to talking about just like my experiences at work and just like being transparent about this crazy profession they call the law. So, all right. See y'all next time. Bye.